Hello friends, today I welcome all of you on PVM Online. Friends, our today's topic is Standard 10 English, in which we are going to learn 1.1, A Teenager's Prayer, a poem written by J. Morse. This is a very beautiful poem. A poem has nothing but is in form of prayer. It is a prayer done by a teenager. Friends, can you tell me what is teenager? Which years are calculated? Which years are counted in as a teenage? Yes, if you think properly, you can find that the years between 13 to 19 are called teenagers. So here in this poem, it is a prayer by teenager to God. The poem is full of thoughts. The poem is nothing but expression of teenager's thought, which in his prayer he wants to take right decisions. He wants to take good decisions to lead successful life, and therefore he prays to God. He prays to God to help him, to guide him to lead successful life, to walk on the successful road of life. So here, if you look at the poem, you can find that there are 5 stanzas. Every stanza has a unique in itself. So let me read the poem first. Each day brings new beginnings, decisions I must make. I am the only one to choose the road that I will take. I can choose to take the road of life that leads to great success, or travel down the darkened road that leads to great distress. Please open up my eyes, dear Lord, that I might clearly see. Help me stand for what is right. Bring out the best in me. Help, Lord, to say no when temptation comes my way, that I might keep my body clean and feed the life each day. When my teenage years are over, I know that I will see that life is lived its very best with you walking next to me. So friends, let us understand stanza wise. Here is the first stanza. Each day brings new beginnings, decisions I must make. I am the only one to choose the road that I will take. Friends, teenager, he is praying to God. He pleads to God. He says, God, every day brings new beginning. Every sunrise brings new beginning for me. Every day brings new hopes for me. And on each new every day, I have to take decisions. I have to take decisions. I am the only one to choose the road that I will take. He says to God, please help me. on the way of life where I have to take right decisions. Please assist me, please help me, because I am alone on that way, and I am alone there. I am only one there to take the right decision. So please be with me, help me to take the right decision. Friends, can you tell me the rhyming words from the first stanza? Try to find out rhyming words. Yes, if you find that, or if you try to find out, only one rhyming pair is there. Make and take. Beginnings does not match to choose. So here we have only one rhyming pair in this first stanza. So I proceed for the next rhyming scheme. We all know how to put rhyming scheme, or we all know how to give rhyming scheme to the stanza. If you give beginnings as A, then make as a B, again choose as a C, and take as B. So here you can find that A B C B is the rhyming word for the first stanza. A B C B. Now in the first stanza, again I read the same line. Decisions I must make. We are well acquainted to the figures of speech. Can you remember what is the figure of speech in this line? Decisions I must make. Think about it. Yes, whatever you have thought, that is right. These words are not put together correctly in grammatical sense, so it is inversion figure of speech, right? So in this way, in this first stanza, he prays to God that God should help him, God should assist him to take proper decision, to take right decision, which will lead him to success. Now the second stanza. I can choose to take the road of life that leads to great success, or travel down the darkened road that leads to great distress. See, here it is he alone who has to take the decisions of his own life, and now he wants from God that God should help him to take the right decision. God should help him to select the proper road of life, the proper successful road of life, or the proper road of life that leads to success. Suppose if he gets failed in it, what would happen? That he will have to face the darkened road. What is the meaning of darkened road here? Yes, remind it, try to find it. What is the meaning of darkened road? Darkened road refers to evil. It refers to evil. Darkened road that leads to great distress. Again we have new word here. What is the meaning of distress? Think about it. Yes. Distress means great worry and strain. Friends, suppose he is unable to take proper way of life. If he cannot select the proper way of life, means that is darkened road, which will lead him to great worry, which will lead him to great pain. And that is why he prays to God, he pleads to God to help him to select proper way of life. Now listen this line again. I can choose to take the road of life. Friends, what is the figure of speech in this line? Can you tell me? Can you identify the figure of speech? If you think properly, you can find that the road of life, you can find that the way is called here as a life. The figure of speech is here, that is metaphor. Now again we have one line in this stanza. Or travel down the darkened road. See this line. We have to identify the figure of speech in it. Or travel down the darkened road. If you try to find out properly, you can find D letter is repeated in this line. So obviously it is alliteration figure of speech. If we move on to rhyming scheme, we can find that again the same rhyming scheme as the first stanza. Life does not match to any word given in this stanza, but success matches with distress. Therefore, if we give A to life, then B to success, C to road, and the same way success as distress. So therefore, if we have given B to success, the same way we have to give B as a rhyming scheme to distress. So here, in this way we can say, in this way we can understand what is given in this stanza. Now let me proceed for the next one, that is, please open up my eyes, dear Lord, that might see clearly. Help me stand for what is right. Help bring out the best in me. In this stanza also, he pleads to God. Open up my eyes, dear Lord. The very first line says a different figure of speech, that is apostrophe. The line is directly addressed to God. Therefore, it is apostrophe figure of speech. Please open up my eyes, dear Lord. He prays to God. God, help me to open up my eyes that I might see clearly, or I might clearly see. What does he want to say through these lines? He wants to say that to help him to see clearly what is right and what is bad, what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. He wants to identify what is good and what is bad. He wants to identify what is right and what is good or what is bad. So he wants help from God to open up his eyes. Help me stand for what is right. Bring out the best in me. He says to God, he wishes to God to help him to bring out the best from him. Whatever he has best, he wants to show that. And therefore, whatever he has best in him, he prays to God, please let me see that best, whatever he has or whatever I have. He says like this. And in this way, you can find that in this lines also, or in this stanza also, he prays to God to help him. Now another one is here. Help Lord to just say no when temptation comes my way, that I might keep my body clean and fit for life each day. Help Lord to just say no He urges to God. He urges to God to give him power to say no. What he wants to say, what he wants to say no to. Yes, he wants to say no to temptation. See the word temptation. Yes, temptation means a strong wish to do something bad or wrong. Alluration, you can say in another word. Temptation. Generally, this kind of generation, teenage, they generally fall prey to temptation. They attract, they are attracted towards temptation unknowingly. In these ages, uh, sometime may be possible they cannot understand, they cannot identify what is good or what is bad, and therefore he says to God to give him the power or to help him to say no to temptation. Again, he says that I might keep my body clean and fit for life each day. Yes, he wants to keep his body clean. Means he wants to keep himself clean and clear. He wants to keep himself away from bad habits. And in this way, he says that if he keeps himself away from bad habits, then he can keep himself fit for good life. He can keep himself fit for better life. And in this way, you can find that he urges to God in this stanza also. Now next one and the last stanza here. When my teenage years are over, I know that I will see that life is lived its very best with you walking next to me. He says to God, when his teen ages are over, or those will be over, and when he will retrospect to his life, at that time he should remind whatever life he has lived till that moment, that he or that was very good. That was very good. Because till that time God was or God is with him. And here you can find that he says to God, he wants to live the best life. His teen ages should be the best ages in his life. And he wants God should give him support. God should be with him through these ages. Almighty means God. And he wants that the God should be with him always and ever, specifically in these teen ages, and where he has to take right decision. Suppose he takes wrong decision, it will lead him to get great distress, bad effect, and therefore he prays to God throughout this poem that God should help him to take right. Whatever is right should be selected by him with the help of God. That is all given in this poem. Okay, thank you.